Ahead of the upcoming People's Democratic Party Congress in Ekiti State, some party leaders are opposing former Governor Ayodele Fayose's attempts to control the party structure. At a meeting in Ado-Ekiti, former PDP chairman Boyega Oguntuase accused Fayose of being a mole for the ruling All Progressive Congress and of betraying the PDP. He emphasized the need to prevent Fayose from taking over the party again. Oguntuase announced that the party leaders have unanimously endorsed Funsho Ayeni, the 2023 PDP senatorial candidate for Ekiti North, for the state chairmanship position. The meeting aimed to strategize on protecting the PDP from sabotage and ensuring the election of a chairman who prioritizes the party's interests. Ayeni, responding to his endorsement, promised to unite the party and to strengthen it for the 2026 governorship election. He urged the PDP National Working Committee to be cautious of Fayose's actions and highlighted the inconsistency of Fayose's support for the APC while calling for PDP unity. Let me start with you, Honorable Church. You're a politician.
Yeah.
Can you throw more light on this conundrum that PDP is facing right now in Ekiti State?
You know, Ekiti State is a state where before this time was a very strong state, so far as PDP is concerned. After the party stewards went to elect the governor. But with what is happening in Ekiti State now, the former party chairman, like I used to tell people that politics is a game of personal interests. Fayose has his own interests. The former party chairman has his own interests. The elected chairman has his own interests. But in every downturn, what is the most important thing is the party interests. And that is more superior to every person's interest when it comes to politics. Your personal interest is different from the party interest. But as it's come to this game now, the most important thing is the party interest. Fayose, like the party stewards before this time, even in the National Working Committee, they will tell you that Fayose is an inconsistent person when it comes to belief in the system of the party. So when they say that he is supporting the APC,
while calling for the
unity of PDP, it's not too late for PDP to come back as a party to fixing things together. But he knows too well, Fayose knows too well where the problem started. You know, it's just like what happened in Edo State when the deputy governor,
Philip
Shaibu, a former governor, was suspended by the party and removed as he was impeached.
He was impeached.
He was impeached. But before the impeachment, it was the stewards that agreed that he should be impeached. But at this particular time, Fayose is, you can hear when someone, the former chairman was saying, Udeni, you know, these are their names, was saying that he would not allow him own back the state, own back the party as he owned it before, believing that he was in charge of the party. Really, Fayose has paid his dues so far as the party is concerned. But when it comes to consistency in your belief, Fayose is scared of what will be the outcome of the result when it comes to this election.
So he doesn't want to lose both sides.
He doesn't.
So if PDP loses, he still stands to benefit with the
and
APC.
if the APC,
he can still fall back to his
he'll
party,
come back
the
to his
PDP.
party.
Interesting.
So that is the major game he is trying to play. And they have seen it from the other side. They've understood the game he's playing. That is the reason why they don't want it to look as if he is not part of the game. But they don't want him to be the person in the front of the game.
You don't want him to be in charge of the party.
So when he's in charge, he can, at the middle, allow his will to rule the party system. And at that particular time, it will affect the whole persons on this other side. Okay. So the persons in the PDP, both the current chairman, me on my own, if it's an advice, they should allow the current chairman to take over the party system, since he has so many supporters that are stewards by his side. They will assist him now to build the party. Then Fayose should support them financially. But yes, he should support them financially to build the system.
Honorable Churchy, when you say Fayose should support them financially, on this same program, Honorable Churchy, you said...
I said in Edo State.
No, generally in Nigerian politics, Honorable Churchy. You are preempting me because I don't even know what I'm saying.
I understand the side you are going to.
No. You said,
are you telling me on the side of Edo State? Where I talked about the...
Not on the side of Edo State.
Okay.
Both state and at the national level.
Yeah.
You said, let me remind you of what you said, that the person with the deepest pockets is the leader of the party. The leader of the party calls the shots, doesn't he? So when you say...
Okay, now you are informing me.
No, you said so. When you say in Ekiti State that
Fayose should support them financially,
while someone else leads the party.
No, I did not say any person should lead the party.
You said they should allow the
to be in charge. To be in charge.
And
what I mean being in charge?
Will not be in charge, but he will be financing what he's not in charge of.
You are just misunderstanding.
Make it make sense to me.
Okay, now. Fayose is the governor of the state. Is that not? No. The party chairman has been elected to be the party chairman. And we know, even if you close your eyes, some stewards in Ekiti State are still looking at Fayose in the other way around of playing the games like this. Wherever it falls, I am there. You understand? Now, if you allow him to be here, he cannot play the game clearly the way he wishes to play it. Me, I'm of the opinion that the party chairman, like what the party chairman has said, they should allow the party chairman be in charge, reconcile the party, and Fayose, as the governor of the state that has the flag of the party, should give them whatsoever support they want, mostly financially.
So, by the way, the governor of Ekiti State is Oyebanji.
Oyebanji, sorry.
Now, moving on, that negates your earlier statement that the major financier of the state is Fayose, the leader of the party in the state.
You are just trying
because if I recall, you made that statement with regards to Tinubu being the president, Tinubu being the leader of the party at the national level. And then there was an argument ongoing in Rivers State about who is the leader
where
of
I
the
told
party.
you that.
And you said it was the FCT minister that is the leader of the party.
Because of his contributions.
As against the governor.
Yes.
And all of that. And moving forward, you cited other states as example that the person with the deepest pocket is the leader of the state.
The person that pays much price.
However, in the case of Ekiti State,
Fayose has
now you're bringing up a very different opinion as against what you used to say. Probably because you know you're a PDP member. This is PDP right now, and the issues around Fayose. So I needed to remind you.
What we want is how we. I told you that PDP
what you're looking at is strategizing
to win the Ekiti State election.
Okay, moving forward. Mr. Victor Iniche, what is your take?
Well, I mean, it's pure politics. I mean, like everybody says, it's a game of interest, personal interest, if you may. And I mean, I don't see how this fight they are having now is not new. Currently, everybody wants to get hold of power, control Ekiti State. You know, you're saying Fayose should not be given an opportunity. He's a mole, and I'm sure we all know the reasons they are saying that. I mean, recently he's been in very friendly, relationship with not just the presidency, but the people around the presidency. You know, being seen around the local state governor or your state, and all of that. And most importantly, I mean, his relationship with Wike that we all know, and the same thing that is happening in although not in the same times, but the same that's happening in Ekiti State is what is happening in Rivers State. A fight for the soul of the party. Because if you are going to run an election, you need the party. If you don't have the party, you cannot. Yes, but I mean, for Rivers State, fortunately for us, there's no election in the immediate future, so there's a bit of calm. But I bet you the soul of the party is what everybody is targeting.
Looking for.
You know, because without that, you cannot win an election. And I understand how everybody is scared of Fayose. Remember, Fayose had, you know, honestly has paid sacrifice. At a point in Nigeria, Fayose and Wike, then Governor Wike, were the only prominent PDP people that were, they held the party together, and their voices were heard. Fayose was not scared. I mean, he was very vocal, you know, about his opposition in this country. So you can excuse him if he feels he has paid certain amount of price to still be in control. You know, before he left, he also had an issue living as governor. Where I mean, remember when he talked about how Wike saved him from being embarrassed and all of that. So for me, it's a fight for the soul of the party that is a vehicle. So you cannot even say he's a mole or not a mole. And there's one thing I like about what is happening in the country, and I respect Wike for that. You know, the fact that your political party affiliation has not limited you from contributing to national productivity. For me, it's a plus. I mean, most persons might, out of sentiment, might not see it like that. You know, but for me, it's a very good pointer to let our, not just the politicians, but the followers know that it doesn't really matter the party you're supporting. Once there's a government, that's why tomorrow I still say it. I want Governor Sim Fubara to succeed. I pray and I wish for him to succeed, and I will support, you know, and play my constitutional role of supporting, yes, as a citizen, whatever I can to ensure the governor succeed. But that doesn't still mean that when things are going wrong, you keep quiet, or when leaders are taking the wrong decisions, you still hear them and praise them. So for me, the fight for the soul of the party of the PDP in Ekiti State, it is very important, because if we don't have an opposition, then the government will just be relaxed. And that is one of the major fights I have with what is happening in Rivers State, where it seems that being an opposition is an aberration, it's a crime. The government is supposed to be united. That is not how
a one-party system, kind of.
Government should work where the opposition is strong, whereas the ruling party is strong. But there's checks and balances. So for me, Ayodele Fayose trying to fight his fight. I think he should fight it. This has been coming frequently. I'm sure that because of the closeness of the election, everybody wants to ensure I am the one.
No, but then, Mr. Victor, when you look at it critically, isn't this a clear pointer to a transition? There seems to be a transition in the politics in Nigeria, where it is no longer about party right now, but about the candidates, the interest of the person. In the sense that one might be in PDP. Let me use the Obedience, for example. Obedience are in Labour Party, correct? No, because in Labour Party. Now, in Edo State, for example, they are at variance with the candidates of Edo State. And they came out to say that they do not support Abata, that they have concerns around the
type of candidate,
of how he emerged. They questioned the procedures involved in the emergence of Abata. And they now said that they believe more in the candidature of the APC. And for that reason, they are going to support APC, even though they are in Labour Party, but they have thrown their weight behind APC. And you see this playing out even in the last presidential elections. People belong to a particular party.
Yeah, we're supporting.
But they supported different candidates. A lot of people in APC and PDP and the ADC and other parties, as the case may be, rallied around the Labour Party presidential candidate, P2P. Some persons in APC and some persons in Labour Party and PDP also rallied around President Bola Tinubu. Some persons also were supporting Atiku across party lines. So there seems 2023 elections appeared to introduce a transition in Nigerian political ecosystem. And that may be what the states are grappling with right now, because now it's trickling down to the states where people will belong to a particular party, and when they are not interested in the particular candidate their party is flaunting, and they have more interest, or they believe that this other candidate, the other party, may do better, they throw their weight behind him openly.
Yeah.
You know, before these things were seen as anti-party activities, and then it's done in secret. But now it's being done openly, canvassing support openly. What do you have to say to
Well,
that?
I think...
Is it that Nigerians are, or Nigerian politicians, particularly the upcoming ones, are beginning to understand the importance of their own belief and ideology as against what the party might want to impose on them?
Yeah, if you use that word "beginning to," I agree with that, because we're not yet there. But I also do not believe it's a transition. I don't think we're transitioning.
You think we are evolving?
Yeah, no, we're still where we are. But I think what is happening is that there's more awareness. You know, you said something. You said they were transitioning from when, you know, people have, you know, were fixated on being a particular party member and all of that. But that's not what is happening. Is that people are more aware of what is happening. Political parties in Nigeria do not have ideology. I mean, that's a fact. So that's why you can have a politician in PDP, you know, supporting somebody in APC. I mean, we had in Rivers State where we had rumors that the former governor and minister, Chibika Amechi, was in support of the PDP's presidential candidate. It was not an ideology thing. It was a personal ideology thing, not a party ideology. Because our parties, rather what is happening is that the politicians have seen that in protecting their interests, people are getting more aware. And I mean, thanks to the obedient movement and the participation of Peter Obi in the last territory election, what it did is expose people that, look, you know, the leaders being in charge of political parties do not necessarily need to dictate who you support and elect as, you know, your leaders. So what it means is that you can be a member of the PDP, like it happened in Rivers State, and still vote and support a party in a candidate in another party, because you believe that this person has your interest. So you don't even need to leave your party. When it comes to an election, as long as your party has not presented an ideal or an ideal candidate, what you do is look for the ideal candidate and support the ideal candidate. If the candidate wins,
doesn't that trump, because that's a politician seated across from you, doesn't that trump the mantra, party is supreme? Honorable Churchill, doesn't that?
No, I think it encourages. I think what it does, it is going to push the parties now to actually create an ideology. What it will mean is that when PDP wants to bring out a candidate, they would want to ensure that irrespective of the interest, irrespective of their personal interest, let it be a candidate that fits a particular description of leadership that is needed at that point in time. So I think this would only encourage political parties to, you know, buy in an idea of, you know, this is what we want. Remember, I think one of the beautiful example is what they did with former President Buhari. You know, because of how there was a lot of crisis, instability in the nation during when Jonathan was, you know, president. So what they did, they sold an idea that we have an agenda as a party, and our agenda is hope. You know, that was one thing, and Nigerians bought into it. A lot of Nigerians bought into it because they felt there's an agenda. This party has come up with an agenda. What APC is for hope, is for change. Change you can see. They saw the idea that there's an ideology. Using the weakness of yes. And people bought into it. And the reason people bought into it was because it seemed like, wow, a party with an ideology finally. You know, that's the reason. And you remember, I mean, when Amechi, you know, left the PDP, now, the people that left PDP in Rivers State also came to the APC with an ideology. And I mean, I can tell you for a fact that most of the persons that went to APC did not go because of personal interest. Most of them went with an idea of, look, I now belong to a party that is going to change things. That was the initial understanding of the party, not knowing that it was just an, you know, a market that they were selling. So for me, it's a good thing because it's going to ensure that these politicians and these political parties understand the importance of having an ideology or an ideal candidate to, you know, push whoever is going to represent the people in different leadership positions.